What's up guys, welcome back by a new video on my channel. Today I'm gonna take a look at the latest episode of the lolcow podcast. Your boy has covered the previous episodes. I put the link in the description if I'm not being lazy. So today I'm gonna take a look at the latest episode of the podcast. If you want to, you can take a look at the latest post on my community tab. I'm posting every single day, and let's get started.
Ho, ho, ho. Now what do you want for Christmas, little girl?
I want a computer for meta PCs.
So the context to this is that Keemstar basically forced Boogie to make an ad for the sponsor they're having on the podcast, and the way Boogie is calling her a little girl just gives me the weird vibes. Maybe it's just your boy, especially knowing that Boogie's girlfriend obviously had major daddy issues. Boogie said it himself in a documentary, the same documentary where a lady of the night even said that she had difficulty finding Boogie's, well, pee-pee because he was so overweight.
Santa's gonna want some milk and cookies, you know that, right?
Yes, I do.
Ho, 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 ho.
Just keeps going and going. I don't think your boy is ever going to delete that image of Boogie kissing this girl and talking dirty in the way he's talking. Obviously, I don't know why the 20-year-old girl is doing this. I don't think any person in this world wanna kiss Boogie. Let's be real here, let's be honest with each other. But I needed to torture you guys with showing this. But now let's go into the main topic of this video. It's going to be about Wings of Redemption. I've talked about Wings of Redemption a little while ago, not that much, but I'm familiar with Wings of Redemption. I've watched the old PKA episodes, which are really good. The jokes are really good. It's really dark jokes. I really enjoy it. If you don't have anything to do, just watch the older PKA episodes. You will laugh a lot. They're really funny, honestly. But having said all of that, now let's go into the topic.
Documentary came out on Wings, quite good for us. It seems to be doing quite well. I thought it was very fair, but what's wrong with it, Wings? I mean, have you given it a watch yet?
I've skimmed them. Like my issue is like he puts a background narrative on them that is almost like trolly in tone, because
I've watched a little bit of the documentary about Wings of Redemption, and I personally don't think it was really hateful towards him. There's so many documentaries about Boogie and Wings. Some of them are like 2 or 3 hours. They really focus on the entire life of Wings of Redemption or Boogie. If you have nothing to do, you probably should watch one of those. They're pretty entertaining as like background stuff. But having said of that, I don't think that documentary, at least what I saw, was really that negative on Wings of Redemption.
I really think this particular one you would like watching, if I'm being honest with you, because it's very sympathetic towards you. It is more than anything a moratorium on your trolls and how they are basically
those dudes.
Yeah,
dude, my trolls are the fucking kings of fucking dirt bagging. Well, I mean, I don't want to say what they call it.
If you even know a little bit who Wings of Redemption is, you are familiar with the trolls he's having on a daily basis. He's having them for like many years at this point, and they just keep going. They are really extreme. You cannot like compare them with like normal trolls other YouTubers or streamers have. The Wings of Redemption trolls are something else. There are many channels that just upload every single thing he's saying and clip it, and even spread misinformation about Wings of Redemption. Obviously, Wings said some really ridiculous and weird stuff back in the day, especially on the older PKA episodes. Obviously, that was just mostly joking around. You need to understand as well, back in the early 2000s on the web and on YouTube, everything was much different. People said like the most extreme and radical stuff just to make people laugh. That was a thing back in the day. It's much different nowadays.
What's the deal with these new YouTubers always want to hide behind shit or make cartoon avatars and mess like that? Like what's the deal?
Well,
like why did you feel like you wanted an avatar instead of your actual face?
You mean my profile picture? Is it like...
Yes.
Well, the thing is, Wings, with my videos, I try not to make myself the center of the videos. So if I intersplice myself talking, it really interrupts the flow, because the focus is...
Yeah, I personally never understand like the talking anime, character in a lot of commentary type of videos. I just think it's kind of weird. And something you need to understand as well, the people that talk the most crap, especially like the hate comments I had, were the people that never show their face in a video, or they didn't even talk. They didn't have one video where they even were talking. Those those are the type of people that will always have the biggest mouth, the one that aren't going to be talking themselves but only type something and they think they get away with it because it's online. Obviously that is the same with a lot of the trolls Wings of Redemption is having.
You are, like, I feel like more desperate than you've ever been. But that's more for the trolls, because I feel the trolls...
Why do you feel that way?
Because you're sniffing your chair for $10.
Well, that's because
It's something I said before. You boys said this before in a previous episode. Both Boogie and Wings are willing to degrade themselves just for a small amount of money. Boogie did that a couple episodes ago, going on his knees like a good boy because he was scared, you know, to obviously get fired from the podcast. After that he said it was a joke. If it was a joke, it's still bad because you're degrading yourself. And Wings is legit sniffing for $10, which is obviously pretty degrading. He's a grown-ass man, and if you're a grown-ass man, you should never do something like that and just keep your honor and dignity intact. But, you know, Boogie and both Wings don't care about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just, to be honest,
Because I look at it this way. Like, the money's something that will benefit my life. I can use it for charity work, because I do charity work. I can use it for, like, doctor bills. I can put it away in savings, so I never have to choose between food or medicine. Like me sniffing the chair has no, like, long-term risk with it.
You know what the risk is, Wings, when you're sniffing your chair for a little bit of money, is that people are obviously gonna make a joke out of you, are going to degrade you, and honestly any man should not do something like that. But I guess both Boogie and Wings really don't understand that. They don't seem to have any level of shame.
do you know how that's going to present? Like, I've learned a very valuable lesson since this documentary dropped, for example, about how, you know, even if it's a bit, even if it's a joke, how it's going to present. Specifically, when you have the troll community that likes to pick apart everything you do.
Right.
Like, you
What
have
are
to
they
know
gonna pick apart?
how sniffing that chair is going to come across.
Honestly must agree with Boogie, even though Boogie should be the last person to say this type of stuff because he's guilty of it himself. But obviously what Wings is saying, every type of attention is good attention because it grows my channel and more eyes are on me. But I just don't agree with that. I just think it's a lot of negativity you're going to have on your channel, a lot of more trolls, a lot of people that are just gonna mess with you. I guess, you know, Wings' point of view probably would be more people are going to watch me, so I'm gonna get more views. If I get more views, I'm going to get more money. And I feel like Wings of Redemption is only doing this type of life just because he wants to make money. He needs to have money for everything that he's doing in his life. So I feel like Wings of Redemption only cares about, you know, having views and having, you know, people watch him, and really doesn't care if it is negative or positive.
I'm down 33% on views. I'm down 5% on watch time, 104% on subscribers. I've actually lost 81 subscribers in the month of June. And my money is down 43%. So I can tell you exactly why that happened. It's because people were, you know, brigging up the fight, like, oh, this fight's your second coming. I'm like, dog, my numbers aren't that much better than before the fight, which they weren't.
I do understand what Wings is saying here. If YouTube or any social media type of stuff is your job and you get less and less views, or your subscribers are going down, essentially, in other words, you make less money, which can be really depressing. I don't think that's really good for your mental health, and I do think someone like Wings of Redemption is really badly impacted by something like that.
I remember when I first started getting trolled, like, I'd get upset about the Liquid Richards stuff and, like, the making songs, but, like, now I wish they would just make songs. Like, just make songs. I don't give a shit. Make songs, make videos. It's like Breaking Banquet right now. Like, he takes my content and he adds words in with, like, AI to make it sound like I say things that I didn't say.
Something I just don't understand with the Wings of Redemption troll channels on YouTube is basically what they upload is videos of Wings of Redemption. They clip everything and even spread misinformation what he is saying, but they don't edit it. They don't do like commentary type of videos or reaction type of videos. So if Wings of Redemption wants to, he can just get rid of them, right? At least that's what I'm thinking, because the footage they use is just Wings of Redemption. They clip all the things Wings of Redemption is saying
to make the narrative even worse on me.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like some trolls definitely do try to spread misinformation, which is just annoying for research.
Well, it's all about context. It's all about content. They want to paint it a certain way, and it's like, And I know why they do it. They do it because that's how they make their money. Like,
to me, it seems like Wings of Redemption actually could get rid of them because it's not fair use or something. It's just, you know, clipping the videos of Wings of Redemption. Maybe that is maybe going to make things like worse for Wings of Redemption, because I definitely think if you delete one troll channel, they're going to be making like 5 other ones just to mess with Wings, because the trolls, what I said in the beginning of Wings of Redemption, are just really extreme. They are different than other trolls. They take it to a whole new level. They do everything in their power to just mess up Wings.
Jordy has said some ridiculous stuff in the past. He's said some really fucked up shit, man. Like, I can't.
Like what?
Jordy,
like
the
what?
things you said, even as a shock value, whatever, it's just insane. Like what? Like,
Like
the
what?
age, yes, I did say the age consent should be 12. That was a quote from Jordy.
I was actually referring to this early in the video. Wings of Redemption said really some mad stuff and really extreme stuff back in the early PKA episodes. Obviously you can make the argument it was a joke, but it still was pretty extreme. Some comedians do this as well. They say something really extreme just to shock the audience, to have a response out of them, and I do think Wings was the same way. That's honestly one of the reasons he has so many trolls, just because of the stuff he used to say, the extreme wild stuff, and obviously because of other reasons, because his behavior is sometimes really strange. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was about Wings of Redemption instead of Boogie. I think most of you are familiar with Wings of Redemption if you're familiar with Boogie, because they kind of in the same ship, right? They're both like older dudes that want to have money with streaming, and they do everything in their power to get money, even degrading themselves. But having said all of that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, press the like button, and I will see you all in the next one.